not even that loud. Can you turn it up even more, or is that it?
Smooth, just like a silk. Bubbly up me up like a pill. I'm a little not take me big no pill. My sexual busy, Jimmy well been boom, well.
Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of What's My Name Again. So this week I was able to catch up with an old friend of mine. We've been together we've been best friends for at least 17, almost 18 years. She's a very important person to me, and once again we're still gonna dive into the dating world and relationship world. And I think this week some of the comments are a little bit more raunchy, so viewer discretion is advised. Like I said in the first episode, there's gonna be some stuff on here that that's what the purpose of this is. And it's definitely eye-opening to the world of dating, because there are some strange birds out there. And I mean, all we can do is navigate through this life we were given. So we're gonna assess some of the comments that were made in that post I originally made about dating nightmares. Some of them are relationship stories, some of them are dating stories. So it's just kind of a little bit of everything. So once again, thank you to all the ladies who commented in the little post that I made. You guys are awesome. Without it, I wouldn't have been able to make the last episode or this episode. Your stories really are truly epic. And thank you again for your participation. And thank you to my best friend Christina to coming out. And I hope you guys enjoy the episode this week. We'll see you next week. Hello, it's my best friend. This is Christina. She has been my best friend for, 31? So since we were 14, a long ass time ago. We're just shy of, oh God,
almost 18 years.
Yeah, long time. So basically, we're going to do the same thing that we did in last week's episode, but a little different. She's going to share a story with us, and we're going to share these ladies' stories from our comments. And boy, there has just been more and more. There's like, I think I started off and I only had like 6 or 7 people comment on it. And then within like 3 days, it was up to 30 something comments. I was like, yeah, we are so using some of these.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You want to jump right into it? Because some of them, did you read any of them?
No.
Oh, this is going to be so good. Okay. So we got to find the one lady. Once again, we're not going to name no names. We're just gonna go with it and see what we would do in those situations, because this one I'd probably be like, all right, this is over. I'm not doing this no more. So she says, I dated a guy once that told me he had put a glazed donut in the microwave and tried to pleasure himself with it. The donut, of course, broke, so he just ate it.
Oh my God.
Oh, why? I don't.
I'm kind of glad the donut broke just because.
Oh
But
God.
you ate it?
I mean, yeah. Wouldn't that be the same thing as, like?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. I mean, yeah, I guess, but still.
Yeah, that's a little rough, dude.
It's a donut.
Yeah.
It's not a person.
I don't know about the donut thing. That's a little
donuts are so sticky.
And then in the microwave, like that's like molten lava. Like, have you ever had like it where it just like liquefies and you blister?
Yes.
Donut. That poor donut.
Definitely better things you could have gone there with.
The donut. Why the donut? No. Okay. So this lady, she's got it's quite a long one, and I'm really glad that she shared this, because if I ever am in a situation like this, I'd probably punch the guy in the face, like no lie. So she says, I went on a date with a guy I met on Tinder. He picks me up. We had met before, and he took me to a nice restaurant, $20 a plate. I ordered a martini and he ordered one. Also, well, then shit gets weird. He's slumped over playing on his phone, not saying a word to me. Mind you, he asked me out on this date. He then starts to mumble rap under his breath.
Oh,
I
God.
can't stand that. Mumble rapping? Ugh.
No.
I was so embarrassed because we were in a fancy restaurant and people are watching. At this point, I wish I had drove myself because I would have just left. He then disappears till our food arrives. The best is coming. They set this man's food down and he ate this plate as if it was his last meal on earth, shoveling the food into his mouth. I just watched. I couldn't even eat at this point. Fast forward like 15 minutes. We get the check. He looks at it, sets it down, then looks at me and tells me he can't afford it and we might have to dine and dash. She says, "Oh no, sir, no, thank you." I had them split the bill and I paid for myself. Worst 2 hours of my life. God, that is horrible.
If you don't have the money to go on a date, why are you asking women out on a date?
Yeah, that's a little embarrassing in itself. Like, I wouldn't even know what to say to the guy. I'd just be like, as soon as he slouched down and was all on his phone, that would have been the cue for me. Okay, this is over. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, if you're more into your phone, huh?
So clearly at that point, you're not interested.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the point in continuing this date if you're just, and then the mumble rapping. Oh,
I would have left right there.
Yeah.
Right there would have been my cutoff. All right, I'm out.
Yeah. I just, no mumble rapping for me. I hear enough of that at work. I'm good. So this lady says, I was seeing this guy for a while and we never fooled around or anything. Months had passed and one day things got a little heated. So we're in his room kissing in hands everywhere. I had never felt his peace before. He stands up and is pulling his pants down. He stood triumphantly, hands on his hips, Superman stance, and said, "What do you think of this?" She said, I choked laughing. I'd never seen a micro penis before. I said without hesitation, not much. We stopped seeing each other after that.
You know, I've almost had that happen.
I too.
He definitely wasn't standing triumphantly.
Oh my God.
But I will say I didn't see him again after that.
Yeah, that kind of happened to me one time. It was right before me and DJ like got together and we grew up with him, unfortunately. So
oh God.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
No, it was quite embarrassing because he talked this mad game. I was like,
Well,
okay.
true. Felt really bad because the dude seemed really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But and he like I stopped answering his calls after that.
Yeah. Look,
And
I walked out
he
of
was blowing me up for
yeah.
like 2 weeks.
I walked out of the house. It was literally like 30 seconds. I walked out of the house and did like the worst walk of shame. Walked into the little smoking room and all of my roommates just started fucking laughing their asses off. I was like, did you guys know? Like, is there something that somebody wanted to tell me and nobody wanted to tell me before I got involved in this? Because I really feel like I wasted my time.
Right.
Like, this was like 2 solid weeks.
Like,
Oh, 2 solid weeks of hard game being talked. And then,
oh my God, 2 weeks?
yes. And then the biggest disappointment of my life.
Of
I
course.
was like, yeah, I'm not about that.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm tending to the infant.
Oh, it's okay. What do you think of our little background? I love this. Like,
Love
this is amazing. I'm going to put some like orchestra music to it. It'd be like do 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 do, like that cell phone ringtone from back in. No, what was it? The Ringbacks. Oh, that's what it was. It was the Ringback orchestra thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that would be so perfect.
Music they play when they put you on hold.
Yes, or yeah, definitely. And it'd be like roasting time with Aaron and Christina.
We could do that constantly.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. All right, next story. The girl he was cheating on me with showed up to my home at 10 p.m. to tell me that she knows he told me to move out and I was done freeloading off of him. It's my house. The vehicle he's driving is mine. The Harley he had was mine. The camper she thought that was his is mine. When I explained that everything was mine, I turned to him and he said, pack a bag. You're done staying here. She was stunned. Hold on. I think my dog touched something. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was staying with him for nearly 5 years and she dated him for 3 months. He told her I wouldn't move out of his home and that's why she could never come over. Really?
Almost been in that situation. More or less, one of my exes, he was married, they split up. He asked me out, we started dating. They had 2 kids together.
Yeah.
Well, he always told me, well, you know, she's a bitch and, you know, doesn't want you around the kids and this and that. So I would have to leave the house for her to drop his kids off. And then I'd come back, but I would have to hide my car just in case she drove by. Yeah. I was paying the bills.
Oh my God.
Yes, I was paying the bills. But I'm not going to tell you can't see your kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, eventually, you know, that didn't work out. Come to find out he was cheating on me with her for the first like 5 months, 6
Oh
months.
my God. What is he
Because he
doing?
was telling me he was just playing nice so he could see his kids, and he was telling her we weren't together.
Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, I found out because she sent him a naked selfie one night while I'm living in his house. Well, it was his dad's trailer. His
Mhm.
dad had moved out and we were there. I was paying the bills. Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of the guy that I was with before me and DJ got together. We had what was it? We had like a little 2-bedroom apartment together, and he had just got divorced, no kids, in his late 20s, and I was 19. So I was really young and dumb, had never been in like any kind of serious relationship before. And so I think looking back on it now, I definitely believe I was a rebound for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hot 19-year-old piece of ass. He's in his fucking late 20s. You know what I mean? So we moved in together in like March or April, I think. And this is going to sound really odd because what was it? He had like a full beard and his hair was getting long. Well, it was getting to be hot outside. So he went and he had all of his hair cut off and he shaved his face. So he looked like a completely different person. And I mean, he still looked nice, but it just kind of, that's when things kind of started getting a little weird. So one day he tells me, he's like, I'm going to go to this place called the Offsets, which is like it's over in Missouri. It's like cliff diving or cliff jumping, like kind of like where a lot of people go in the summertime. Yeah. And they swim and shit like that. I'm like, okay, well, I was working midnights then. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Well, his ex-wife had cut off his phone when him and I started dating. So I got him a phone on my phone plan, was paying the phone bill, and we were splitting all the bills as far as I knew. And so he left his phone at the house that day. And I was just kind of like, I'm 19, you know, petty and childish.
Yeah.
So I go, and his phone is actually off on the charger in the kitchen. So I go in there and I turn it on and I'm like, it just starts notification after notification after notification from this girl who's like, I miss you, baby. I can't wait to see you. And I'm like, oh
yeah.
Okay. So then I'm scrolling through the messages and there's like straight up naked pictures, not just like boobs. I'm talking the whole thing. I was like, I was not expecting that. That's for sure. So needless to say, after that, it was done. Like he came home that night and I was like fucking packing all my stuff, huge fight. I was like, why couldn't you just tell me? You know, why did it why did it have? And he's like, well, you're 19. You're not even old enough to go to the bars, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that was your choice. You chose to date me. I didn't choose to date me. I chose to date you. I didn't say, hey, you're 10 years older than me, so why would I want to date you? I didn't think that really mattered.
Well,
So, yeah.
my first ex, you know, cheated on me with his ex. And he went as far as taking his sister on this date. They all went to go see a movie. His sister finally came out and told me about it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
I found out while I was at work.
Oh,
So I get off and I was living with him and his parents. I was like 18 at this point.
yeah. And you guys had been together for a couple years, too.
So actually, no, we hadn't been together that long at this point. And I went home, I started packing all my stuff. He comes home and asking me why I'm packing my stuff. And I'm like, well, you decided you were going to go on a date with your ex. Oh, and not to mention his sister told me, but also his best friends called me that night to tell me that he'd called them to see if they could come over there to their house.
Oh, man.
And I thought I should know.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had multiple people telling on him.
Yeah. Like, God.
Why don't they ever learn?
I don't know. All right. So next story we got. I have been seeing, actually, this is a girl she had another story to tell. I read one of her other stories in the first or last episode.
Okay.
So here's story number 2. I've been seeing a guy for only a couple of weeks, and I started to realize that he was a man-child / freeloader, and decided to nip that in the bud and told him it wasn't going to work. He asked why and wouldn't drop it. So I told him the truth and said it just didn't seem like he had his shit together and basically lived off of other people. He, of course, said that that was ridiculous, and what would make me think that? Mind you, in the last day or two of the relationship, he asked me for a towel, cup, and a bowl, and some laundry detergent from my house. He also ran to the gas station for me to get a bag of ice, which was like $4, and I had given him a $5 bill. I got a call from him while he was there asking if he could put the change in his gas tank. $1. And he ate the macaroni and cheese out of my fridge that I told him I was specifically saving for my kids.
What?
So
You
the
ate
best
kids' food?
Oh, so the best part is after I ended it for the reasons I did, there was no more conversation for a few hours. And then he randomly messaged me again saying, I know this may be weird, but can I have your Netflix sign on? I couldn't believe the audacity and the irony, considering he had just argued about how he wasn't trying to live off of other people. LMAO. Ah, the memories.
Right.
What?
I
That's another reason I like, if me and DJ were to ever separate, like I would not be able to have somebody else move in with me until my fucking kids are like grown.
Yes.
Like if I'm still having to like save food in the fridge for my kids, not a fucking chance, dude. Not a chance.
No.
Like, no. If you eat my kids' mac and cheese, I'll fucking choke you.
We're gonna fight.
Yeah. That's like, you come into my house, you already asked me for a cup, a towel, a bowl, 3 really weird.
If you don't have the basic things to live, to be in your house, to do the most basic things that you need to do every day. You need to drink something every day, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You need to shower every day, right?
And then you ask for $1 for gas. Gas is $3.70 something cents here right now. $1 wouldn't even get you a quarter of a gallon.
Oh.
Like what? Oh my
God. Start
God.
walking. Like,
Yeah, that's
get your
just
shit together. Like, that's what I don't get is, you know, there was a time where I didn't really have my shit together, but I also wasn't asking anybody for anything.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's a little on the extreme side.
Right?
Change from a bag of ice. Like, what?
No.
All right.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, I don't care about that 80 cents.
yeah. Like, buy a
If it's
pack of
not
gum.
that much.
What you gonna get? A pack of gum? Shit.
Right.
I don't even think you could get that now. I think even the 4-pack, the little 4 sticks of extra is like $1. Oh my God. All right. This is the last one that I got, and then we'll get into your story. So she says, I met a nice guy at the bar and he asked me to hang out one night. So I said yes. He came and picked me up and we were going to watch a movie. Turns out he wanted me to watch a movie with him and his mom. He seriously took me to his mom's house so we could all watch a movie together. It was
Oh,
so
no.
awkward.
Mama's boy much?
Like,
Granted, I got me a mama's boy, but he ain't that bad.
yeah. Well, and I didn't let DJ meet my family until we had started dating in August, and he didn't meet my family until March of the next year.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Nick started dating and we met May of last year. And he just met my family in October of this year.
Yeah. He met me
Like-
first.
Yes, he did.
And he had the best friend seal of approval, so that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, most people's seal of approval. So
And even my
Finally
sisters,
found one of those.
yeah, my sisters, like I don't ever, especially with my youngest sister, her last boyfriend, they were together for like 5
Oh, yeah.
years. And then the guy she's with now, we didn't meet him. I think they started talking like 4th of July, and we didn't meet him for a while.
Yeah.
So it might have even been the next year. Like, shit. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to
there's
throw a big
nothing
old
wrong with
stink.
that.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw a big old stink about meeting somebody's significant other. Like, you take your time. Especially if you don't think they're going to stick around, like, why waste your time? You know?
Exactly.
like,
Don't waste your time. Don't introduce them, to your family
yeah.
until you know that they're going to be around a while.
Mhm.
Like, me and Nick, we clicked right off the bat and had all the serious talks.
Yeah. I think that's like the same
Pretty
thing.
quickly.
Right, with kids. Like, you don't want to introduce your kids to somebody and then 2 weeks later you're not talking to them anymore.
Exactly.
Like, no, not doing that. Not a chance.
No.
So, you want to share your story with us now?
Yes.
Because this
I will
is
share
fucking
the story.
crazy.
It's not quite my story,
Yes,
but
it's a story.
it's a story. So a friend of mine, her and her husband had been friends for probably close to 20 years. And they never dated up until about 2 years ago. They got together. She got pregnant. They had a kid. They got married. Well, not quite in that order, but so they're married for just over a year, about a year and a half. And he started working out of town, a couple hours away. So
That's
he would
usually
stay
when
there
the
during
red
week.
flags start.
Yeah. You think after almost 20 years, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. You got that trust.
Yeah. And so he's working out of town and everything seems fine. They'd been looking to buy a house and everything. And he sends her a screenshot one night. And at the top of the screenshot, there's a message from another female.
You done fucked up, my dude.
You're telling me you took the screenshot and didn't see the message at the top of it, first of all, and you still sent it.
Yeah.
Okay. So she did a little bit of digging and found this girl. And it wasn't so much a girl.
Ooh.
It didn't used to be a girl anyway.
Yeah.
come to find out, Amanda was more of a man.
Oh shit.
So they tried to work through it. She was obviously pissed. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So they're trying to work through it. She wouldn't sleep with him, understandably.
Yeah.
So she was tired of hearing him bitch. So she finally tried. Only he was the one who couldn't do it.
Ooh.
Certain things wouldn't work anymore.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So obviously at that point it's kind of like, well, obviously this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to get divorced. He was trying to tell her, oh, well, we can't afford a divorce. So we'll just do a marital agreement. I wrote this up. I'll send it to you. Whatever. He wanted to just stay married and go out and do whatever he wanted to do with whoever he wanted to do it with without any repercussions.
Mm-mm.
You know?
I don't think so. Not today, sir.
She sent me a screenshot of that, as well as a screenshot of her filing for divorce.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like that's and
One bit.
yeah, that's definitely where you ask yourself, like, not just in this situation either, like in a lot of situations, where do you draw that line? Like that says, I'm gonna be with this person forever, but if they do this to me, no, I'm done. You know what I mean?
He tried to pull the, well, you said death do us part on her, and she was like, oh no, because you said,
To have and to hold and
whatever else.
Yeah.
Well, you threw all that out the window, therefore
Exactly.
it's all void.
Right. How can you throw something at me when you fucked up first? Yeah, you fucked up first. It wasn't me. Like, no. And you said they have a kid together?
Yes.
So
a 2-year-old.
Now
he wanted joint custody of in his little marriage agreement or whatever.
Yeah.
They would rotate weeks. Well, when it came time for his week to come get him, he couldn't come get him because he didn't have a babysitter. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
So, now she's a single mom with 2 kids.
Wow.
Because she had a kid previously, which is a whole different story because that was come to find out his also. But, I've not been in that exact situation, but at the same time, I dated a guy, and after we broke up, somebody I knew who also knew him from back in the day came to me and told me, oh, dude, it was, some years ago, I saw him, we were at this party, and I saw him go into this bedroom with some other dude, and they didn't come out until the next morning. And I'm like, and you couldn't have told me this months ago when I started dating?
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't realize that was him at first. I'm like, well, it would explain some things in the bedroom area.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you're not into me, just fucking say it. You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand about this whole cheating thing.
I don't get it because these people, these guys initiate these relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then come to find out you're not what they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some form or another.
Yeah.
And then if you're not into that, why are you, you really need to put on that much of a cover?
Yeah. I mean, it's 2021 for Christ's sake.
Well, exactly.
Like, hello, if you want to love who you want to love them. Ain't nobody got a problem with it anymore.
No,
Like,
but
just
don't drag me into it for your
yeah,
cover.
yeah, exactly. Like, be upfront with me. Like, that's what I don't get about cheating. If you know that later on down the road, you're not going to want anything to do with me, or you may doubt wanting to be with me, let me know up front. Don't waste my fucking time, because there is somebody else out there who does want me, who would want me. You know what I mean?
If you're not for commitment and monogamy, don't get in a relationship, or
Yep.
let the person know up front.
Yeah.
Give them that decision
Yeah.
whether they want to enter that or not.
Right. Like saying, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you, but I'm more into an open relationship. Like, if
And
I
some
meet
people, it works for some people.
exactly. I know a
one
couple
of those
people. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if that's what you want, do what you do.
Yeah. Just give me a heads up, you
Exactly.
know?
Let me know.
So
and give me that choice.
yeah.
On
Yep.
if that's something I want to have to deal with.
Yeah. Because in the long run, I don't want to get hurt because of something that you chose to do.
Exactly.
Like, how is that fair to me?
Right?
It's not.
No,
Like,
it's not.
shit,
You know.
I was at crisis training last week for like 3 days, and I swear to God, the only thing I learned out of it was how to try and talk myself out of a crisis. Because half the time I'm the one in crisis mode.
Right? Same
Like,
here.
like, come on now. I don't want to have any, like, especially with both of us being moms, like,
Yes.
our number one priority is our kids at the end
Exactly.
of the day. So I don't need you or anyone else coming into my life saying, hey, I want to be with you. And then 3-4 weeks later, come to find out he said it to 3 other females too. And
Yeah, exactly.
potentially.
At that point, just stay single.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one, you're gonna have less drama going that way. Just stay
Yeah.
single. Play the fucking field.
Yeah.
But don't try to be in a relationship because you don't want this person with anybody else while you're fucking everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause that's not fair to
No, it's not.
Yeah. Jesus.
You know, a lot of people these days they're selfish
Yeah.
and
They don't think
They're
about anyone but themselves.
exactly.
And honestly, like, I think that's why me and DJ have been together as long as we have, because we've always told each other like how we're feeling.
Yeah.
Granted, the other person may not like how we feel very much, but we still find a way to work through it. And we just
And
kind of,
that's what a relationship is though.
yeah,
You know, they're not easy. They're
No.
not gonna be easy.
definitely not.
You know. Either way.
Anyways, yes, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to do
Thank you
this
for
again
having
for
me.
sure. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Anytime. There's always a spot for you. We're gonna have to figure out some more interesting topics to talk about, because I don't think we can go on.
Have you
Huh.
seen my wife?
Shit.
I think we've got that part covered.
We'll just analyze your life.
Um,
I mean, I am gonna be a therapist someday, so
God knows I need one.
hey, especially already knowing your background.
Exactly.
Hey.
So
Can't
much
complain.
easier.
And I won't even charge you. I'll just send it all to the insurance company.
Hey.
Like, free therapy for best friends and family.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Hardcore discount. Hashtag hardcore discount. All right. Well, thank you again for being on the show. I am so looking forward to having you back on again. You are the best. I love you very much.
Just let me know when. Love you too. Mwah.